I didn't go to college out of high school. It had been years since I had even written a research paper. And so my instructors just suggested coming to the Learning Center and getting some help from the tutors here. And that's how I found the Learning Center.
I needed assistance with studying. I also needed help with answering essay questions. My tutor basically broke down everything for me. Some of the language was very difficult for me to understand since I struggled with English. So he really broke that down to me and explained it to me in a way that I can understand.
Certain students have trouble with their study skills, organizational skills. Sometimes it's how to write a paper properly. It just depends. Each student learns differently, and you have to cater to what their need is.
There are times where someone just needs a little bit of reassurance that they're on the right path. I've had a student who, he said he had like an A- in the class, but he was really worried about this upcoming test. And so we just sat down and went over what were some of the main topics in the chapter and things like that. And so sometimes it's just something like having someone tell me, yes, you know what this is, and having that reassurance.
Each of the tutors here is hand-chosen by faculty members, so they also go into classrooms, meet with faculty to make sure that the information is correct. They have to have a minimum of 3 courses in their major, and every student here is trained to work both as a tutor as well as to work with faculty. They're members of the National Tutoring Association, which is a recognized organization for their skills.
The tutors have been students in psychology themselves, so they're sort of more experienced mentors for the students. In a sense, I think also liaise to some extent between professors and the students, because I think the students find them sometimes more accessible.
It's a skill for a tutor to be able to identify what students need and how they learn best. So we ask about their learning styles and what they've done in the past, the methods they've used. Most individuals are not just one type of learner, they use different methods, and we learn in different ways.
Probably the 2 most common things I see are just having to review some term. The professor didn't have enough time to spend on it. And the other main issue is usually just not really knowing where to start on a paper. So they usually come here for help on some websites that might be helpful to them.
This lab is crucial for students in that students have various resources here. Because keep in mind, some of our students do not have or own computers.
Every time I come into the center, I'm always on the computers. I'm always printing material out. I've even used the scanners several times to scan work that I've needed to look over.
We have books here that people could borrow, everything from computers, videos, to tutors in all of the courses that we offer.
A great thing about having the textbooks located here is that a lot of the students are unable in the first week or so to afford so many textbooks for their courses. And so it really serves as a lifeline for those students.
And we also have a counselor that's here. So we can also assist with the process of transferring to a 4-year school. We're very, very fortunate we have a librarian here.
Librarians are here to help guide students through the research process and assist them in finding the best resources for an academic level, college level paper.
I work with many students of all cultural backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds. They speak different languages. Everyone has a unique story, and I think that's one of the beauties of being a tutor.
It's helpful to have these other tutors as your coworkers because you can learn from them, and I feel like I've become a more adaptable tutor because of the fact that we do have different types of people who work here. Some people are older students, some people are fresh out of high school, some people are veterans, so you have all these different types of experiences that make them have different types of tutoring approaches.
When pursuing an education, it's always best to know all your resources. And I think you're only hurting yourself if you don't know just how many people want to see you succeed. And I could confidently say that everyone that works here wants to see the students succeed. So it's just a great place to be. It's a great place to try out.
We have the utmost confidence in the ability of these tutors to give you the best assistance possible. second to actually going in and sitting down and talking to your professor, the tutors are the best resource that you have available to you in order to help you with tests, help you with figuring out reading, and help you navigate the technology that we use on this campus.
I believe that this is one of the greatest resources on campus for students.
Because the semester that I spent in here, my grades were that was my best semester ever.
When you use the center, you find that down the road you don't have to use it so much because what you've learned and what you've been taught, how to study, how to research, you're better off in the future. Run, don't walk, use the center because the resources available here you won't get anywhere else. It's been a great experience.